that I'm dealing with. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so my name is David Kushner. This is me in the top left-hand corner. Mark Miller is the owner of Right Line Trading. We have Rory that does all the major stuff, and Sergio is the programmer. David Wise runs another trading room, so does Craig, and Brock and Charles are our support team. All right, so the disclaimer, we're not giving any buy, sell, hold recommendations. We're not a financial advisor. We don't claim to be. Everything we talk about in this webinar is either my personal trading or for educational purposes only, okay? So who am I? So my name's David Kushner. I've been trading in the markets for over 20 plus years. I've traded stocks, options, futures. I traded Forex for 12 years. I was in the automotive parts business that I started when I was 18 years old, and I sold that business in 2005 after 28 years, and since then I've been trading full time. So like most of you probably have a whole shelf full of indicators, trading systems that came with a lot of empty promises of helping you become more profitable and more consistent trader. I know that I have a whole bunch of stuff. I've got probably 4 or 5 or 6 hard drives full of trading stuff that I haven't looked at in decades. So I've been there, done that. I didn't get the t-shirt, and I like teaching about the money flow tracker because it's been the only thing that I've been really successful with. Okay, so I saw a webinar that Mark Sachs did. So I saw the money flow tracker system, and I quickly realized that this methodology isn't based around the same old indicators that everybody teaches, but it's more based on mathematical modeling and triple and quadruple screen analysis. So now we only trade with institutional money flow, and it's made me much more profitable and much more consistent trader. Now I'm trading over 70% win rate. So, we'll get into what triple screen and quadruple screen assessment is and everything, all right? So this is what we're going to be talking about: the money flow tracker software and how it works, the high probability setups, the unbreakable rules, how I trade breakouts and sidestep losing trades. And I see maybe 5 or 6 people in the webinar from my trading room here. And today we sidestepped 3 trades that would have been losing trades. Okay, and how to pass the evaluations and become a funded trader. Okay, so personally, I trade 6 funded accounts. So for those who stay to the end of the presentation, which will be about 45 minutes, we have a very special discount today and some additional software. So let's get right into it. You need 4 things to create trading success, right? You need software, obviously, that will provide you with a competitive edge over all other traders. Every trader has their own methodology. If we all traded the same way, there would be no market. So everybody has their own thing they use, everybody has their own methodology, but we have software that gives us that competitive edge. And the edge that it gives us is tracking the direction of money flow, and not just any money flow, but institutional money flow. Everything I talk about when I say money flow or order flow, I am talking about institutional money flow or order flow, all right? You need etched in stone rules to follow, and this will eliminate discretion, right? The best trading systems are trading systems that are, what's the word I'm looking for? Rule-based trading systems. And the 4th thing, which is the most important thing, if not anything, it's the most important thing, is patience. Patience to let the trade set up, right? So I'm going to break down the system in detail, and I'm going to show you my trades, my trade journal, but let's just show some trades that we've been taking. So we trade options also with this. So here's a couple of trades on Amazon. Here's one on AMC, GameStop, couple here. Here's a trade on 30-year bonds. Now, if this is 41 ticks, but it's 31.25 a tick, okay, on the euro currency, right? So why are you here? You're probably here because you have a problem making money in these markets. These are very challenging markets the last 2 weeks. I don't know what happened, but November was okay and December just got really choppy. So, why? You don't have the proper tools to manage your trades. You overtrade, you revenge trade. This is the big one. And you make impulsive decisions. Okay, I'm guilty of all these things here. Not anymore. I don't do these things anymore, but I'm guilty of them just like everybody else. I can identify with everybody here because I was on the other side of the screen, right? I started with Rightline as a customer, all right? So you lack consistency. You trade with indicators that lag price. You lack a mathematical proven trade methodology. And all these things lead up to blowing up trading accounts. So my commitment to you for coming and listening to me speak is to bring this to an end. Seriously, to bring this to an end, right? Why? Why do 95 to 98% of traders go broke? Because they trade with the same old things: price action, MACD, Elliott wave, divergence, price patterns, Fibonacci, Gantt. All these things have no future predictive properties. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the money flow tracker can predict the future because that would be crazy. All right. But our software uses mathematical modeling. Okay. And that's what makes us stand apart. I can pull a fib from any swing high and any swing low and get something to line up. Okay. So none of these things, everybody uses them, and 95 to 98% of traders going broke using them. So let me tell you about Mark. Mark had 15, even longer than 15 plus years in the field of applied mathematics. He did some mathematical modeling for the Navy, for the U.S. Army, for some other big companies. I don't remember all the names, but with his experience and his background in mathematics, it was able to develop this software that can radically change your trade performance. Right? You've probably never seen a system like this before. And we have over 500 traders between the 3 trading rooms that we trade shoulder to shoulder every day. But, before we get started, I would like to share with you my trade journal. So let me pull it up here. It's probably going to make me log back in because I've had it open all day. So I'm going to log in. This is a program that I use. I've been using it for almost probably a little over a year and a half. Every day at the end of the day, I go ahead and I download my trades from the trade performance report in NinjaTrader. I click here. These are all the exported files. And then I import them into this program. And this has every single trade ID, everything in here, right? But, the thing that I like to show the most is the equity curve, because that's really what matters, right? So you can see our equity curve is pretty well. We had a little dip here, a few little dips here and there, because you're never going to win every day, okay? But, we've done extremely well. For the whole year, we're at a 74% win rate with a profit factor of 2 to 1. All right, and that's what you're looking at. What's your profit factor? Okay, this is what we've done for the year, and this is January through. We're up $2,100 in December so far. We made 14,453 last month in November. In October, we made 10,000. September was slow. August, we did our best month, 18,000. Okay, so you can see that if I open up these, this is weekly totals. So this is the week of the 1st through the 5th. Okay, it probably was, this wasn't a whole week, but this is the week from the 6th to the 12th, right? And this is what we've done per week. You know, I can go here and I can scroll back and see what I've done every day. And you can see there's a lot of empty spaces here. So why are empty spaces? Because we didn't trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days we didn't trade in September. Look what we did in September, 5,400. But wait, it gets better. That's 1 month. Look at July. Now, we didn't trade on the 4th, so I'm not going to count because it's a holiday. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days we didn't trade. I was away these days from the 11th to the 17th. Okay, so that's why we have so many days in a row. But 7 days we didn't trade in July. July, we still did $9,000. All right, so we don't trade every day. We trade most days, but here, June, the same thing. I'll show you a month here. March, we didn't trade 3 days in a row, right? So 3, 4, 5 days we didn't trade in March. What did we do in March? $9,932. Okay, so this is my trade journal. This is what I've done, my trading. Look how many days. We had 2 small losing days in June, and we didn't trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days in June. What did we do in June? $9,087.50. And we didn't trade 9 days. And if we would have traded these days, these would have probably been losing days, right? So one thing that I love about the Money Flow Tracker software is that it keeps you out of non-trending choppy markets. All right, so those were my trade performance of my trades. All right, so what do the markets consist of? Many small retail traders plus 1 or more large institutional traders. Well, if we know that all these little marbles are retail traders, and we know that it's a fact that most of them lose money, why would we want to trade with them? We want to trade with the big guys. We just want to ride their coattail, right? So the Money Flow Tracker system, we're going to get into it now, uses 3 key metrics that determine money flow. And remember, when I say money flow, I'm referring to institutional money flow. Okay, so triple screen assessment of order flow, triple screen assessment of correlative markets using our neural network, which is now the buzzword is AI. Neural network, AI, whatever, it's all the same thing. And the triple screen assessment of the year for momentum. So when I say triple screen assessment, I mean basically easy terminology. I like easy, right? 3 time frame buy, 3 time frame sell. So we take our trading chart and we use multiply by 3. So a 2-minute would be a 6-minute, 3 times 6 would be 18-minute. These are your 3-time triple screen analysis. We trade with Renko bars, so we're using range bars for that, for a triple screen analysis. All right. So the first most powerful force that moves price is triple screen assessment of order flow. So when somebody says to me order flow, this is what comes into my mind. These candles with all these numbers on the top, on the bottom left, bottom right, in the middle, on the sides, inside out, upside down, and everything. This is a total useless information because you can't determine what's going on here so quickly especially when the markets are moving. It's very difficult, but we came up with a better way, and I'll be showing that to you. So when we say triple screen assessment, means we need order flow to be going in the same direction on the higher time frame, the middle time frame, and your trading chart. So that's what triple screen assessment means. And what we do is everything we do is in a line. So when I mean a line, it's like we use these type of lines, okay? Because they're easy to learn, they're easy to read, and it either is the right color or it's not. All right. And the way we determine order flow, which I'll take this off of here, is by the color of the outline of the candle, right? So the outline of the candle, basically, if the delta in the candle is positive, the outline of the candle will be green. If it's negative, the outline of the candle will be red. So these are the candles that we use, and this is how we determine where the order flow is. So in a green candle, you have more buyers than sellers. That's the way I look at it. In a red candle, you have more sellers than buyers. Okay? And we'll get back into the other part. Okay, so it looks at the delta of each candle and the two higher time frame multiples. The next thing, the second most powerful for is triple screen assessment of momentum. Because you could have plenty of volume, but if you have no momentum, the market's not going to move. So we use what we call our acceleration using our hybrid candles. And the hybrid candles have wicks inside of them. So I'm going to pull this chart over again. And unfortunately, I forgot that I was doing a webinar today, so I shut my charts down. So wherever I open the chart, that's where the wicks are going to show. They don't stay in the history. It's a Ninja Trader thing. It's not a right line thing. Okay. But you see how these wicks are in these candles? Well, when you have a wick that opens up at the high of the previous candle and goes up like this one pulled back a little bit before it went up. This one pulled way back before it went up. Okay, so when you see little small wicks, right? When you see small wicks, that's the momentum. But besides that, we're also looking at the multiple time frame Laguerre, which is this line and this colors. All right, so that's what's showing you. Okay, all right, let's keep going. And the modified Laguerre. So the modified Laguerre is we took all these indicators here, we added an algorithm to them, and we developed the modified Laguerre. So what the modified Laguerre does, it's on the bottom. Okay, it's an oscillator, but it only shows the strength of trend. It doesn't show divergence or anything else. And the way that we use it is totally unique. So when we're looking at the Laguerre for momentum, again, we want the higher time frame, the mid time frame, and your trading chart to all show momentum in the same direction. And that gives you the higher probability trade setups. So again, we're using the same thing. The Laguerre looks like the higher momentum, and the way it's displayed is in the bottom line, and the indicator is right below it, and I'll explain about that too. All right. So the modified Laguerre, which is on the bottom, when this crosses below 20, this will turn red. When it crosses above 20 and is sloping up, it will be lime green. When it crosses above 80, it will turn dark green. When it crosses below 80 and is sloping down, it will be orange. So it was sloping down, it turned around, it started slurping up, it turned lime green, and then it stayed green all through this cycle, right? So when you look at this, once it's pinned at 100 or at 0, that's when you get the acceleration dots, and that's where the momentum part comes in. Okay, so I'm building up into the setup. we have to have our acceleration dots, right? The next part, which is our quant lines, we have two of them, a short term and a longer term. If you have any questions, type them in the questions box and we will get to every single one of them. All right, so the quant lines. What do the quant lines show us? The quant line takes 28 market components examined by our AI system for correlation. So look, if you're trading the euro currency and you look at the Australian dollar, the yen, the Great British pound, and they're all going up at the same time, that's extremely powerful. And most people don't look at that, okay? That's a part of trading that most people don't look at. Because, you know, the old saying, a rising tide floats all boats. Well, when all the currency and the dollar is getting stronger across the board, it's only going to help your trade. Just like if you're trading the indexes, wouldn't it be better if the ES, the NQ, the RTY, the YM were all going up bullish at the same time? Do you think that that would help your trade? Absolutely it would, you know, because people are looking to buy up the market. Doesn't matter which market. But when you have all the currencies, all correlative market going in the same direction, it's very powerful. And that's what our quant lines show us. So the quant lines are displayed like this. The top one is the short term, the bottom one is the long term. All right. So the next thing we did was, you know what? We said, you know what? We need to come up with a way to help us keep out of choppier markets or range-bound markets. So we came up with the C2 indicator. So all the C2 indicator does is add another higher time frame. And the way it's displayed, you know, it's the fourth time frame. And the way it's displayed on the chart is by this stair-stepping line. Okay? Stair-stepping line green means the highest time frame is bullish. Let me see if I can find the red. No C2 there. This is an awesome trade on today on the YM, right? All bullish C2s. Oh, don't have any bearish ones, but they're just a dark red and they're above the candles too, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so that's how the C2. So now we're not looking at just 3 time frame buys or sells, we're looking at 4 time frame buys or sells. Okay, I'll answer all these questions. Okay, so the money flow tracker. Here are the rules and the setups. First thing we're looking for, colored background, either green or dark pink. All right, the next thing we're looking for, like I just said, the C2. We want to have a 4 time frame in agreement. Next thing we're looking for is the trend line. The solid line has to be above the dot dash line, the 15. Okay, and the opposite way going down, obviously. If we have a pivot or a higher time frame support or resistance in the way, we must clear that pivot by 3/4 of the body of the candle and then wait for a pullback candle. That's my rule. Both quants must be the same color. In agreement. The multiple time frame of the gear must be in agreement with the quants. The modified Laguerre must be in agreement. Everything must be green or red, and we must have the acceleration dots. Right? And there's the trade, and there's the result. 63 ticks on CL. That's $630 per contract. Okay. Here's a trade on gold. Here's a trade that I took on CL. You can see it broke the pivot. I missed the entry on this pullback, but I got it on this one. I took 10 ticks on my first contract. Stop goes to break even. And then I let it ride until the 15 changed color. From red, it changed from red to yellow. And that's where it exited for a total on this trade of $650 per account. I'll show that, Jagdish. All right. So the money flow tracker software gives you clear and exact entries. If you follow the rules, clear and exact exits, we give you all the ATMs and the targets. So for coming this evening or this afternoon or in morning, wherever you happen to be located, I'm going to teach you how I trade breakouts. And today we sidestep 3 losing trades trading this strategy. All right, so the first thing you have to have is a colored background, the rules. Second thing, you have the C2, right? Third thing, you have the quants in agreement, right? Don't pay attention to the yellow, to the orange multiple time frame gear. This is just an example of the pullback and go, right? And you have your acceleration dots. So here's the rule. Break the pivot by 3/4 of a candle, wait for the pullback candle, right? You have to have a pullback candle. And the 3/4 candle cannot be the pullback candle. That's part of my rules. And the reason why we do it this way, and the reason why we sidestepped a lot of losing trades, right? So once this candle breaks by 3/4 of the body of the candle, when we get the pullback candle, right, and it pulls back to about halfway up the candle, that's when I use we call it the NDT. It's an order placement tool that we have, right? We click on sell on down close. And what that does is it places an order 1 tick below the low of the close of this candle. So why do I do this? Because let's say the market's coming down, right? It's pulling back, it's boom, it goes up there. We never get filled. This candle closes up, this order automatically gets canceled. Okay, automatically gets canceled. Right? I'll show you some examples. Here's one on RTY, broke the pivot. Here's the 3/4 candle. Place the order, buy on up close. Now this was a deep pullback candle. It placed it here. We got our first profit target and stopped out on our second. Here's one on crude oil. Here's 2 on the Canadian dollar. Right? So we sidestep, I call them sidestepping. We sidestep a lot of losing trades using this strategy. 3 trades today, which could have been a $600 or $700 per account loss today. But because we wait for that pullback candle, and yes, sometimes we do miss trades because we don't get a pullback candle. But you know what? I would rather sidestep 3 or 2 or 1 losing trade and miss a winning trade. But I would say we probably sidestep 80% of our trades that we sidestep were losing trades, right? And we didn't get pullback candles to get into those winning trades. So 1 second, please. So now we're going to talk about the money flow tracker auto trader, right? This is one of my favorite subjects. So this was a trade that the auto trader took. See, it follows the rules. We got the colored background, right? We have the C2. We don't have anything in our way. It would take the trade here, okay? It will not take the trade here because there's not enough room to the pivot. There's a pivot right here. There's not enough room to the pivot for profit target 1, which is 80 ticks. So it will wait and it will take the trade when 3/4 of a candle breaks the pivot. It doesn't wait for a pullback. Okay, now this is a 24 tick Uniranko bar. The big bar, each candle is 24 ticks. Here's another trade on the auto trader for 665 ticks. Here's one for 1,016 ticks. It ran all day. 792 ticks, right? Here's the equity curves for them. Here is the chart of the live chart. So you can see that if I had it on close to the close, which I didn't, it would have taken this trade here and it would have exited on the close of this candle, 65 ticks. Let's see, the close of this candle was 16,596. Yeah, 65 ticks. You know, because NQ has been extremely choppy the last few weeks. This was at the open, today's open, so we don't trade it then. Nothing here, nothing here. Here's a little trade here. You know, because we only trade MNQ, right? And, you know, it has to be trending. It won't trade into these pivots, so none of these are trades that it would take. But what it does is it follows the rules. Just like I just showed you those screenshots with all the rules, you set it up with all the settings. Actually, we were working on this today. I'll show you some of the settings, okay? Okay, it has all the rules here. You just check them and tell it what you want it to look at to take a trade, right? So here is a small little video that I had a trade on. Let's see, let's open it with that. Okay, so this is a trade. I was in this trade and I'm going, I want to record this because I think this one is going up all the way up. So I'm in this trade. I hit my first profit target of 80 ticks, right? Now, I'm not going to make it sit through the whole thing. I'm just going to fast forward it, right? Now I'm up 325 ticks. Now I'm up 365 ticks. Now I'm up 501 ticks. I'm just going to try to get to the end here. Look, 516. Keep going. 543 ticks. Now I'm starting to move my stop up a little bit because I'm starting to lose the quants. I'm moving it closer. And 572 ticks. Wait a minute. I think it comes back and stops me. Yep. 572 ticks on that trade. And it ran from about an hour and 15 minutes. But the only thing about these trades that's tough is watching them. You can't watch them, you'll go nuts. Okay. So there's a couple questions I'm just going to answer. Was there any trade set up to NQ, ES, in the cash session? We didn't have any trades today. Difference between the AI and auto tracker. They're two different systems. All right. The YM you showed mentioned. Trade YM. I know which trade you're talking about. Right there. This was at today at 8:15, most likely. And then we had news at 8:30. We had CPI. So basically 8:30 was right here. So this was running up a little bit before CPI. I won't take a trade before news like CPI or something like that. Okay, but if you were in that, this is what the trades look like when they're good setups. All right. Okay. What's it? So you're in the room. Are you? I have my auto trader running all the time when I'm in the room. It's money flag is same as the Revo. The Revo auto trader and the money flow tracker use the same methodology. The money flow the Revo trades the money flow tracker automated. And actually I'm getting a little team together for traders in the room that we're going over all the settings tomorrow for the auto trader, and we're going to try to do some testing and get the auto trader working on some of the other markets. The thing about the auto trader is because we're trading it on a large bar size, we use MNQ. Okay, but the thing is also is that the auto trader, we have to test different bar sizes to see which bar size works the best, because we only trade when there are trends. Okay, this is this month. Okay, right? We did not trade today. Okay, today is the 12th. We did not trade today. Tomorrow is FOMC day. I don't know if we're going to get any trades. This loss really was just a three tick loss on CL that I got in the trade, and it just didn't started. I just bailed on it really quick because I didn't like something. All right, and then across 6 accounts, that's $240. But this was just a minor little loss, you know. But we had some other days we didn't trade either this month. This month has been really choppy. All right. Thanks, Jim. All right. So look, the evaluation accounts, whether you're trading with Apex or Blue Knox or whoever you're trading with, it's all the same. The biggest problem that we have, most people have, including myself, is, you know, not anymore, but you focus on the carrot. And what do I mean by that? You focus on passing the evaluation. That's all you're focused on. You don't focus on the process. You know, the process of trading well, trading correctly, trading disciplined. You know, if you don't have discipline and you don't have patience, then you shouldn't be trading, because you'll just be another retail trader. People ask me, what do I do? I say, I'm an institutional futures trader. And they're going, what? It sounds impressive, but that's what I consider myself. I trade with institutional order flow. I do not trade when institutions are not trading. I very rarely do pre-market trades. Why? Because the volume isn't there. And if the volume isn't there, then the institutions aren't there. Okay, so don't focus on just passing. If it takes you 2 months, 3 months, just let it take the process. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? Why do people have problems passing? Because the challenges or evaluations or whatever they call them these days, they're really designed to make you fail because of the parameters they put in place. How many trading days? Okay, how many trading days to pass? Well, you know, these days they're all giving 80%, 90% off, you know, so it costs you like $16 or $30 a month, whatever. You know what? Don't let that dictate to you how long it takes you to pass. So what? You know how many people that I've seen, they're like $200 or $300 away from their goal to pass, and they have to renew their evaluation account in a day or two or whatever, and they're like, I got to take a trade. I got to do that $300. I don't want to have to spend another $30. And you know what? The next thing you know, gone. Time to re-up, get another account. It happens all the time. Trade and pass at your own pace, right? The trailing drawdown is another big one. You know, that's really the thing that they get you with. But you can't blame them because they really only want traders. They want traders that are good traders. Okay, that's what they want. They want people that are making 10,000 a week because they want their percentage, right? And all these things cause sloppy trading, revenge trading, impulse trading, stresses you out. And if you're stressed, you can't think right. Okay, if you're stress trading, you can't look at the market the way you should be looking at it. All right. So the whole thing with the money flow tracker is that it keeps you out of markets that are choppy, non-trending, no good, uh, uh, just choppy, range-bound markets, low volume, you know, no institutional trading. You know, when the institutions are trading, they're trading. So look, I'll get back to this. I get a little sidetracked. All right. So look, this is how I look at it. When you get a $50,000 evaluation account, right? You're not trading $50,000. You're trading 2,500, which is your drawdown. Look at it as your drawdown. Okay, that's what you're trading, not 50,000. It sounds impressive. I'm trading 10, $50,000 accounts. It's not impressive. It doesn't. Nobody cares. Okay, all you should care about is what you're doing. So if you're trading 2,500, if you're trading $2,500, okay? So you shouldn't be trading, you shouldn't lose any more than $250 on a trade. Why? Because first of all, we're at 2-to-1 overall, but we're at 74% profitability. So we're not worried about it. But if you were 2-to-1, you only have to be right 40% of the time to be profitable. Right? Trading at 1-to-1, you have to be right a lot to be profitable. But trading at 2-to-1 and 3-to-1, 3-to-1, you only have to be right 30% of the time. You know, most institutional traders, most professional traders are only right 40% of the time, but they have great risk reward and they cut their losers quick and they put their money into something that's going to make money. Right? So you need to be at least, I like to look at 50% would be if you're a 50% trader and you're trading 2-to-1 or 3-to-1, you're profitable. But I just showed you we're 74%. So rather than avoid the risk, take intelligent risks, and this will give you the competitive edge. Just like this little mouse. He knows he's going to get smacked in the head, but he's wearing his crash helmet. Anyway, so what does trading success mean? Financial freedom, no financial pressure, you work from home, you have no boss, you have no commute, and you have the advantages of being a full-time trader, which are flexibility to do other things, you're your own boss, you can learn at your own pace, you financial freedom, and a good work-life balance, you know, doing things besides trading. Okay, so look, now the money flow tracker is available to the small retail trader, right? So now you have two choices. Your first option is do nothing, continue on your current path, and if you're making money, then God bless you and keep making money. But most of you sound like you're not making money. So your second option would be take action today and trade with the thousands of traders that we have that trade 4 plus or minus hours a day and from home and have no boss. So look, the money flow tracker system. Before I get into this, let me just go ahead and answer these two questions. So what were the results for November? Okay, that's a pretty quick question. Month of November, 14,453. And this is what we did every week in November. The first week we did 6,000, right? That's November's. How much did the data feed for Ninja cost? It doesn't cost me anything. I'm trading with Apex or Blue Knox or Lilu or any of them. They supply the data feed. Okay, Mark? All right, so look, the benefits and features. It's easy to learn. The charts are super easy to learn. Perfect for beginners, perfect for any account size. You can trade Forex, futures, stocks, and options. We do have a version for Thinkorswim, but NinjaTrader is really the main version, right? I have people that trade just micros, and they make their $100 a day or whatever, and they're done. Let's see. So for the first 10 traders that come aboard, and usually this goes pretty quick, we have some powerful and additional software. So you'll get the market analyzer. So this is my market analyzer. I trade with Unorenco bars. So like certain markets like CL and GC, I trade with a 2-5-10. Oh, I just messed up my order here, but that's okay. I trade with 2-5-10. Like ES, we trade with a 2-4-8 and so on. We have different bar sizes for certain markets. So the thing is that, whatever market you're trading, then, you just look at that and you say, well, some days I look at this and it's all yellow and it says all flat. I know there's nothing to trade. But if I look at RTY, we traded on a 4-10-20, and that's green or red, I'm going to go look at RTY because I know I could possibly have a trade set up. It doesn't mean I have a trade set up. It means I possibly could have a trade set up. So you'll get the market scanner for it's a $9.99 value. You'll get that included. You'll get the NDT platform, which looks exactly like this. So when we're getting that pullback candle and it pulls back about halfway, we'll click on buy on up close, or if we're going short, we'll click on sell on down close. And also sometimes, because I went back and looked at charts and charts and charts, and when you get a reversal bar, probably 90% of the time you get 2 or 3 reversal bars after that. I sometimes, if I'm looking long and I get in a long trade, I'll also click on close on down close. And actually, here's one of them right here on CL. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So if I'm long, and once I get in a trade, I'll click on close on down close, so that if that candle closes down, I'm out. I don't want to take a full stop. Does sometimes it get me out and then it goes my direction? Yeah, but not that often. It saves me more ticks than it hurts me. So you'll get that, which is a $14.99 value. You'll get the Masterclass series on futures, forex, stops, and options. It's a very good series. I've watched them. You'll get 1 free month in my trading room. Okay. So this is our special offer we're doing for the holidays. So the money flow tracker system is normally $29.97. We're giving 50% off to $14.97 for the first year. You have to use coupon code Happy Holidays, right? On the quarterly subscription, you would use Save 500 for a $500 discount. $10.97, you'll get it for $5.97. For the monthly, you'll get it for $2.97. And for the first 10 traders that come aboard, you will get the Auto Trader, the NDT execution platform that I just showed you, the market scanner that I just showed you, 1 month in my room. You'll get all the videos and tutorials, and you'll get your software installed from Charles or Brock will install your software white glove installation and get you up and running. All right, so let's see. On evaluations, what takes profit number do you enter the ATM? I just use the ATMs and I trail my stops. You, oh, Jim, you're a funny guy. So if you do 50% off for $14.97 for the year, it comes out to really about $115 a month. That's it. And the coupon code will be rebilled at 50% off. Okay, so let me go ahead and open up the website. So all you would do is go to rightlinetrading.com. I'll show you exactly. Actually, the link I will put in, actually, I'll just use this link. It's just easier. I'll copy the link. I'll put it in the questions box and I'll send it to everybody, right? But basically you do is you go to that link, you go down to the bottom, you click sign up, all right? But when you go to checkout, you put your coupon code, happy holiday, all right? Apply coupon. Oh, I didn't put one in there. I thought I just didn't see. Go back here. Okay, coupon, copy, paste that coupon, apply. Okay, and then it takes it off at the bottom, $14.97, and then it comes out to $14.98.50. Okay, so the coupon code works really well. Let's see. All right, so if you decide to subscribe, here's my commitment, is that when you subscribe to this money flow tracker software, my commitment to you is to help you become a successful trader. Remember, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. Again, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. You're just not using the right tools. It's like trying to pound a nail with a screwdriver. Eventually you'll get it in, but it'll take forever. Then if you use the right tool, that one or two blows with a hammer, it's done. You know, the money flow tracker software is totally unique. It gives you that edge to trade with institutional order flow. So again, my commitment to you is to teach you not how to read the setups. Look, I could teach a 5-year-old how to read the setups. Okay, really, the setups are not the hard part, but help you develop that mental mindset you must have to achieve financial independence. Sure, Mark. Go ahead and put your phone number in the questions box and Rory will call you. All right. Okay. So anybody that wants to talk to either myself or Rory, just put your name and your phone number in the questions box. He said we only have 3 left with the special price, but if you put your name and your phone number in the questions box, he'll give you a call and you can ask him any questions you want, or you just want to do it over the phone. Some people don't like to do online purchases, you know, it all depends, okay? So if you put your name and your phone number in the questions box, we'll give you a call. We'll only call you once, okay? We're not going to call you 50,000 times. I don't like when people do that to me, and we won't do that to anybody, okay? So look, it's a well-known fact that 95 to 98% of day traders, swing traders are losing money. It's a fact. I know it's a fact. I've talked to guys that were brokers and they told me they love it when somebody opens up a $5,000 futures account because 85% of them, that money is going to be gone within a month or two. Okay. And that's what retail traders do. They just throw that money down the toilet, but not our traders. Our traders are making money. Okay. We're taking the money from the retail traders just like the institutions take it from the retail traders. And since we're trading with institutional order flow, okay, we're trading with them. So they're taking money from the retail traders, and so are we. Little bit different concept than most people think about, right? We trade with institutional money flow. So again, if you use coupon Happy Holidays for the yearly subscription, you will get 50% off for the year, and that's a hell of a deal. Actually, this was even a little, this is a hell of a deal. If you want to do it quarterly, use coupon save $500 and you'll get it for $597. You'll get $500 off. If you want to do monthly, just use save $100 and you'll get a monthly off. And you'll get the extra bonus of the minute chart templates, along with the auto trader, along with the NDT, along with the market scanner, along with the room tutorials and white glove installation. So look, this is a video of testimonials. There must be about 50 of them on here, but I'm going to show you that this particular woman here came to Mark and said to him, I know nothing about trading, but I want to learn to trade. So Mark took her by the hand and Mark taught her things. What did he teach her? He said to her, this is what I want you to do. And this is how we approach it, really. I'm just going to go to this trade because it's easy. It says, when you see a green background or a dark pink background, and you see a green outline candle, and you see this little stair-stepping line, and you see the thick line below above the thin line, and all these things down here are green or red, I want you to click on this particular thing, and I want you to click on buy on up close. So she said, okay. And that's all she did. She sat there in front of the screen, sat there in front of the screen, sat there in front of the screen and waited for that to happen. And when it happened, she clicked on buy on up close, and whatever happened, happened. Oh, and one other thing is make sure there's none of these lines or anything in the way. All right. Make sure nothing's in the way here, and make sure you're above this blue dot, this dash line. That's the VWAP. We trade long above it, short below it. Okay. And that's what he taught her. And now she's a six-figure trader, and lots of days she doesn't trade either. Right? Here are some other testimonies that were emailed in. So this is a email, all right, that I got from one of our customers that was in a webinar just like this, and he sends me a message in the questions box. I am the world's worst trader. I've been trying to trade for so many years, and I just can't get it, and I just don't know, and da 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 da. So I said, okay, listen, his name's David also. I said, look, he says, I'm going to subscribe to this. He said, but I need help. So I said, look, David, this is what it is. So I'm just going to read you this one paragraph. The money flow tracker software, along with David's methodology and rules for trading, allowed me to act like a robot and eliminate any guesswork or emotions from my trading. We use the NDT, but I would use a single button entry when a trade we see the correct set. So every day it's simple. C setup, push button, C setup, push button, C setup, push button, right? Now he has 7 Apex accounts. Now he has 10 Apex accounts and 10 Blue Knox accounts, all funded. Okay, and this is a guy that came to be, and within 3 months, he's been killing it. Right? So again, 50% off the regular price using the code Happy Holidays. Quarterly, $500 off. Monthly, save $100, and you'll get all the bonuses included. Right? So if you're interested, go ahead and put your name and your phone number. Can the auto trader trigger the buys same as you are watching charts, or is the auto trader different? The auto trader takes the trades just like this trade. The auto trader will look at this, and just like I explained to you what Mark told that particular customer that wanted to learn how to trade. Okay, I got a green background, but I don't have the C2. Now I have the C2. Do I have the thin line below the thick line? Yes. Do I have my acceleration dots? Yes. Do I have the quants and everything in agreement? Yes. And as soon as it has that, it will place an order one tick above the high of this candle. And that's it. And then it will trade it and manage the trade, right? That's what it does. It does the same thing I would do, right? But since we're using a large bar size, okay, since we're using such a large bar size, there must be a good trend in place. You're not going to get a good trend going up 10 ticks here, down 20 ticks here, down 10 ticks, 20 ticks. It has to have a solid trend in place. Otherwise, it won't take the trade. Just like we do when we're trading in the room. If we don't have a trend, we're not trading. Okay, so Charles is asking, is it possible to start with the monthly security change? Charles, go ahead and put your name and your phone number. Oh, you're in France. Okay. Go ahead and put your name and your phone number, or do you use WhatsApp or whatever? And Rory can talk to you about that. All right. Oh, but also the coupon code for the yearly 50% off expires Wednesday night at midnight. We have lots of people all over the world. We have traders in Australia, we have traders in France, we have traders in Italy, we have traders, a lot of traders in India. We have traders all over, to be honest with you. You know, and they trade different markets, and sometimes they trade the same markets as us. Okay. So again, I encourage you to put your name. You'll have to put your email address if you want him to do that. So he can send you an email. Okay. So again, if you want to talk to somebody, if you'd like to get a phone call, oh, Rory says he has your email. You know, get a phone call back, you know, we'll do that. So just put your name and your phone number in the questions box. Okay. Let's go ahead. Can you tell me again what markets you trade in the room? We trade crude oil, we trade gold, we trade YM, NQ, and RTY. And we trade MNQ on the auto trader. That's what we trade. We can't trade any more markets than that. That's actually a little bit too much sometimes. Okay, Jason. You know, I've seen lots of traders get the software, come into the room, ask lots of questions, start making money, and then they stop asking me lots of questions. No, I'm only kidding. No, you know, I like this. I like seeing people do well. I don't promote anything or talk about anything unless first of all, unless I'm using it. Okay. And you can see here that this is my setup, my screen setup that I use every day. And you can actually see this trade here on NQ around 10 to 4, a little bit before the market closed. And this trade here, I'm going to count this red as a pullback candle. Went up, definitely got your first profit target. And if we exited on line change, we'd still be in this trade, 268 ticks. But we couldn't be in this trade past 5 o'clock because we have to be out of the market before 5 o'clock. So we would have to exit it. Okay. All right. So if there's no more questions, you'll get a recording of this webinar probably tomorrow morning. If you'd like to watch it, if you'd like to purchase the software, you need to make a subscription. Thanks, Ken. Ken is one of the traders in the room. I have a bunch of traders in here that just want to support me. But that's all I got. I want to thank you for attending, listening. Like to see you on board with us shortly. If not tomorrow, you won't be sorry. We have a great group of traders, newbies, seasoned traders, you name it, and we just, hey, look, today the markets were really choppy. I mean, really choppy. We didn't really have a whole lot of anything to trade. But, we made good time of it. We did a little training. So, all right, everybody, have a good evening. Thanks again for attending and hope to see you soon. Take care. God bless everybody. Good night.